Hello, welcome to today's version of AI Playbook. And pretty much today, we'll be looking at how AI is transforming small businesses and startups. Now, whether you have a business of your own or you more or less work for someone, I think you really need to listen to all of the segments of this conversation. To be part of this conversation, just know that you can drop a comment, ask your questions in the comment section, and pretty much I'll be able to attend and answer your question. Let us examine what we have for today. But for us to kick off, I really want to share a story. Not long ago, about 15 years ago, in the printing press. In fact, if we look at the entire industry, I think the industry that has been very affected about how technology has really moved is the printing industry. Now, when you look at the printing industry, so many things have changed from analog to digital to now we are currently experimenting 3D printing. Well, back then, there used to be a set of people that are called the lithographers. Now, lithographers, oftentimes, their job is pretty much simple. Whenever designers are done, before it is being printed on either paper or card, the lithographers oftentimes ensure that they translate that design into what we call film. Now, from the film, they then transfer it to what we call plates. Now, before a printer or before machines, large format machines can actually print in multiple formats, they need those plates in order for them to be able to print. Now, these lithographers oftentimes, they'll have to create those film manually, and before you know, they then take all the plates to the printing machine. Then the printing machine gets to print each of the colors one by one. And oftentimes you find 4 colors. So they call it full color. Now, full colors, of course, you see cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. But this is not to bore us with those kind of information. My point is that those guys were so relevant that you can't print anything, from your jotter, banners, without having these guys gone through some of those things. But here's the catch. Fast forward to today, you could barely find those guys anymore because right now we have digital way of printing that has actually cut off those manual way of, printing all of those plates and coming up with some of those films in order for those things to happen. Today, with just one printer, you can just print by yourself, even at the comfort of your home. That is how disruptive technology is. If you're not ready for it, you're likely to be just logged off, and before you know, it will be very difficult for you to catch up. And that is why we're talking about artificial intelligence for businesses today. So the question to you right now is, how can you leverage on this technology in order to take advantage of all that it has to offer? To guide this conversation, we're going to be looking at why AI matters for small businesses. Like, why do you need to care, considering the fact that nobody would even know whether you use AI or not, because perhaps you may think maybe your business is small, nobody really cares. In as much as you get your products to the hands of your consumer, that should be all. Well, the goal of this conversation today is to ensure that I give you reasons why you should care. And not just reason, I'm also going to be sharing areas where you can begin to tap into this technology. Areas where businesses are currently using it and how you can actually make sense out of it. Like never before, artificial intelligence is no longer something that is just for big technology companies. Small businesses right now have lots of ways they can interact with these technologies and actually make their business to be innovative and also achieve growth in the process. But how can you proceed with things like this? How are small businesses currently using this technology, and how can you also, be a partaker of it? There are a couple of ways you can use artificial intelligence as we speak. The first is through customer service, right? Of course, chatbots has been with us for a very long time. Small businesses, in fact, even large organizations have tried to incorporate chatbots into their ecosystem. Chatbots are now even more smarter with artificial intelligence, which means that you can actually customize one for yourself to respond to you, whether you're there or not. And with this technology as well, you can more or less have sentiment analysis. In other words, you can more or less even have an idea of the better way to talk to your customers at every point in time. Another cool thing about this AI that you can leverage on is through marketing and sales. Right now, people want to feel a sense of as if the product you're creating is actually for them. And they also want to have a feeling that you're speaking to them directly. So artificial intelligence can actually help you in the marketing and sales as well to build personalized campaign and have a proactive or predictive analysis in order for you to actually know what is going on. So we've spoken about customer service, we've spoken about marketing and sales, and the next one is operation. One of the challenges I noticed earlier on starting a business is your ability to really tell if your employees are doing the right thing. Sometimes you just feel so many things need to be done, and before you know, the month is at the end, and you can't really lay hands on what your employees are currently doing and ways which those things can get better. Artificial intelligence can actually help you optimize all of these processes. In fact, it could even help you to cancel some manual processes. You could automate some process. You could look at your supply chain. You could look at things that could be done automatically in order for you to move efficiently. Another way you can actually use AI in your business is through product development. Gone are those days where you run out of ideas. Right now, you could generate ideas just by click of buttons. You could just formulate ideas, come up with new product ideas that can actually give your customers more satisfaction. So the bottom line is, how are you thinking about your business? And consider the fact that when you talk about artificial intelligence, it is very smart. In your own case, you may be comparing your businesses with one or two businesses. But when you consult AI, it's more or less comparing whatever you're seeing with billions of data points, even within your country and outside your country. And that's why it is very important for you to use some of these tools to actually plan your business, for you to develop products that people would really want. Another area where you can use artificial intelligence is in the finance, right? Through that, you can actually cut off excesses. You can know what is going on at every point in time. You can use it to actually plan your budgeting and ensure that everything is at scale. All you need to do oftentimes is more or less provide it your previous history of spending and more or less tell it what you're trying to do and is able to help you build a very strong financial plan. Finally, on my list, another areas where you can use artificial intelligence is in the human resource department. Of course, when you're starting a business, you will not have the resources to more or less set up some of this team. You can use AI to bridge some of this gap. You can use AI through your recruiting process, employment, engagement, retirement, whatever you want to plan. As long as employment is concerned, you can actually use artificial intelligence to optimize some of these processes. Now, I may not be calling some of these tools out for you. All I am just trying to drive out is you could just even go to any of the AI, either ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Gemini, whatever artificial intelligence you want to use. You could just even go there and more or less ask, how can you use artificial intelligence to optimize your customer service processes, your marketing processes. You could just put all of those front and see some of the recommendations that you get. And you can try some of these tools out. Now, let us look at what are the benefits of artificial intelligence. All right. Now, when you deploy artificial intelligence, oftentimes you save costs through automation. You save costs all the time. And another thing is it enhances customer experience. When you deploy some of these things, you begin to see your customer being very satisfied with almost everything that you offer them because you're not just acting, you're more or less making informed decisions. Another thing is that it gives you competitive edge over larger player. When you deploy artificial intelligence, it helps you to work actively, intelligently, and oftentimes you can even run faster than people who have resources more than you because why? You've been able to optimize your processes. Another benefit of using artificial intelligence is in the AI-driven decision making. With artificial intelligence, you can more or less make decisions in real time. In fact, just imagine you connecting artificial intelligence to certain aspects of your business to ensure that you make some certain decisions that It will only take brilliance of machines and human to be able to come up with this kind of thing. Another reasons why you should adopt artificial intelligence is scalability. Now, when you adopt artificial intelligence, the likelihood for you to scale is very high because at the end of the day, it's just about the numbers. Take for instance, you cannot hire in your beginning stage. Just imagine you have 1,000 customers trying to reach out to you. The possibility of you having 500 people to answer their calls may be very low, but when you have artificial intelligence deployed to either pick your calls or chat with your customers, you can do that at scale, based on any amount, and you're able to respond in real time. Having spoken about the importance and the benefit of artificial intelligence, now let us talk about some challenges that AI brings alongside with the benefits. The first, which is actually the elephant in the room, is the high initial cost. Frankly speaking, deployment of AI at this very stage is still really expensive. Whether you want to go with a platform that you want to subscribe for that will offer you those services, or you want to build it from scratch, regardless of the processes, is still relatively expensive to build. And, thank God for the development and the democratization of some artificial intelligence like DeepSeek, who came into the industry to actually even still subsidize the price for us. But we'll begin to see some of this trend, come up. But in the meantime, it's still relatively expensive to build, deploy artificial intelligence. Another concern about artificial intelligence is the privacy and security concern. Now, you need to understand that for every of your business idea that you pour into those machines, someone elsewhere can see it. There's somebody elsewhere who can more or less see some of these ideas, and you never can tell what they will do with such information. So those are actually concerns. And another concern could be lack of technical expertise. Right now, yes, there are still new technology. But people who can program, people who can adopt some of these technologies are still very small. So building expertise is actually something that is a challenge right now, especially having the capacity to be able to deliver the actual thing in the product. Another challenge is ethical concern. Sometimes machines can be biased, maybe because of the data that was used to train a particular thing. And the question I always ask myself, especially we from Africa, are there much data enough they used to train those models in such a way that it's really not going to be biased to people living in Africa? So that's a major concern. And the more reasons why people oftentimes build more or less modular models, mini models, small models, correct some of these biases and ensure that we have access, to information that really tailor to our brands. Finally, one of the challenges or something we need to actually pay attention to is integration with existing systems. Because there are new technologies and perhaps you might have built your own stuff, your product on a particular logic. If you really want to integrate with artificial intelligence, there are certain principles that you must follow. Especially when it comes to data, your data needs to be extremely accurate in order for you to be able to make sense out of any artificial intelligence. So sometimes creating some of this data, may lead to you going to, to the bottom line to galvanize some of these things. But guess what? You could actually make it happen in the process. Okay, now let us look at the future trend. What are the things to look out for as a business person or as even an employee in the artificial intelligence space? One trend we're likely to see is democratization. So AI is going to really come out in a very democratized way, in such a way that we're going to have more access to it. So there's going to be more access to artificial intelligence. We're going to see more models come out to give us more opportunity to be able to interact with some of these technologies. Another trend we're going to experience in this year and beyond will be hyper-personalization for customers. So don't be surprised when you visit a platform and you feel like, it seems as though this platform was built for just me. So we're going to be experiencing some of this personalization. And one technology that businesses are using to achieve that a lot is AI agents. Now, AI agent is something that is really paving the way. Businesses can build agents to solve specific problem and meet specific needs. So we're going to be seeing a couple of these along the way. and we should all base up for it. Another aspect that we're going to experience tremendous innovation is in the sustainability through artificial intelligence. So businesses are going to be adopting some of these artificial intelligence tools to ensure that their business, span through a lot of period. So sustainability, even in the environmental segment as well, we're going to also be seeing a lot of artificial intelligence paving way for us to have clean energy, and clean environments. Another aspect where we're going to experience trend is in AI-powered collaboration too. We're already seeing some of them, from using a cloud-based meeting to transcribing your conversation in real time to so many things, So we're going to be seeing trends in also those collaborative too, either in your work tool, your word processing, and all of that. We're going to see a lot of tremendous changes in that as well. Another aspect is in the voice and visual search optimization. So, voice as well, we're going to see a lot of trend in voice as well. And that's why we're going to be seeing AI-powered customer representative are doing far more than traditional human, answering the call. Another aspect of trend we're going to be seeing is in the marketplace, So you're going to see more of trends in the e-commerce platform, sales being done in a more recommended way. Just imagine you having an AI agent that goes to an e-commerce site and do your shopping for you. And not just that, it does it in such a way that it compares price, it gets you the best deal, and it gets it for you on time. Tracks the delivery processes and all of that. All you just need to do is, just chill, and the agent is able to do all of those things. So we're going to be seeing trends like that in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months. So pretty much putting all of these things together, I'm going to recommend that you start small and start with almost the free tools available, because AI implementation is currently a bit expensive, especially for small businesses. I would advise that you start small. And part of the way you can start small is even just having AI strategy, having your AI strategy roadmap. What do you need to do? How can you embed AI into your working processes and stuff like that? Coming up with AI strategy would actually help you, because this strategy will be the backbone upon every decision that your business will make in the long run. Also, part of what you can also focus on is your return on investment. Use tools that will give you almost immediate return on investment. There's no need really having to spend money on something that you're not really sure where the money is going to come from, but invest your money in something that will give you almost immediate results. Another area you can actually look at is employee training. Invest in employee training. Your employee are more like the backbone of your innovation. If they don't have the right mindset, the right skill set, you may not have the innovation that you're looking for. So part of what you want to do is more or less spend time investing in your employee in order for them to be able to think differently and apply technology in whatever you need to do. Another thing is for you to partner with AI experts. Pretty much there are experts out there that you can more or less partner with to show you how you can adapt to this technology, so that they can make their recommendation, look at your existing platform, your existing processes, and see how they can help you optimize the process. Looking forward, you can also stay up to date with AI trends. All you need to do is ensure that you follow me on all my social media platforms, and not just that, you can ask as well, join the AI Playbook WhatsApp group. Check the description for the link. Join the AI Playbook WhatsApp group so that every time you can be connected and get the right updates. And also you can still subscribe, just follow all the link, the description that we have gives you more details on how you can be part of this conversation. All right, in conclusion, AI is changing everything. AI is changing everything from the way we plan our businesses to how we look at things. The bottom line is you just have to embrace it. There's no need running away from it because the technology is here to stay. So all you need to do is find a way to blend yourself into it and get yourself ready. Regardless of how the technology is going to grow, just ensure that you're ready in order to give yourself your competitive advantage. So pretty much, let's look at the recap. Some of the ways you can use artificial intelligence is through customer service, marketing and sales, operations, product development, finance, and HR. The list are more, but this very list that I provided to you are more or less things that you can just pick up almost immediately and use it as generative AI to put in some prompts, and you're able to get some ideas on how to go on some of these things. And that is how we wrap it up on today's edition. All you need to do to this very video is like, share, and ensure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be notified every time we release a new tip. And one more thing, just ensure that you reach out to us if your organization or you yourself ever need anything when it comes to AI advancement. My team and I are always ready to have the conversation with you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question once more, just make sure you leave it in the comment segment and I am willing to answer you. And sometimes I could actually make a video for you just for you to learn more about the conversation. Thank you so much. Until next time, see you in the next one.